Hello, and welcome back to Nerds and Stuff. My name is Martin Baker, your host and groundskeeper for this, a game of Bluebeard Bride. We are currently vines deep into this game, and we will be continuing our adventure soon. But I'm going to have my players introduce themselves and their sisters.
I'm Abby Knoll. I'm playing the Animus.
I'm Jenny Ottaway, and I'm playing the mother.
I'm Tiffini Briscoe, and I'm playing the Virgin.
So we find the bride standing in the hall outside of the greenhouse. The Animus presently has the ring. So as you continue to explore the manor looking for your bedroom, a place of respite and somewhere to retire for the evening, what key catches your eye?
So I'm actually going to make the decision to give up the ring to the Virgin.
Okay.
Because she has not had a chance to make a ring.
Okay.
Make a key yet.
Deal. And it also makes you immune to trauma, which you are currently suffering from free.
I'm pretty traumatic right now.
Deal. So, what does that look like in the bride's head, with the Animus basically kind of feeling momentarily in control, leaving the greenhouse, and then having that moment of panic?
I think I need I need to give up my control to someone who can make this innocent, but like someone who has not as much just like that was the worst thing that could have happened. I need to give that up for a minute to you.
Oh. All right, Virgin, what key catches your eye?
I see one that is wooden. It's like mahogany, inlaid with marble. Just very, very pretty, very, very shiny and very rounded. The base of the key is inlaid with marble, and the teeth are actually all made of marble.
Okay, and it has kind of a wooden shaft, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, deal. Does it look... So it's this mix of marble and wood. Mm-hmm. How sturdy does it feel? How often is it used?
It seems well worn, but like I said, it's all very rounded and very very sanded,
very pleasing to the eye. Looks
mm-hmm.
like it was looks like it took some time to craft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Deal. As you travel holding this key in your hand, you come upon a door that is beautifully decorated with glass. It also works as a looking glass. You see your reflection in it, but it looks distorted, as if you were a small, bloated woman, your belly hanging over your thighs. Deeper within, you see these marble structures. As you put the key in, you twist it, the room beckons you, you enter, and the door closes behind you. You're standing in a chaotic artist's studio. Unopened tubes of oil paintings and teddy brushes with stiff bristles are stacked over opened ones, while unused canvases of all shapes and sizes are scattered across the floor, around the walls, on stretches of big and small. The air reeks of linseed oil and mineral spirits, and the sun can barely enter the room through all the raw materials heaped up everywhere in sight. In the center of the room there is an unfinished picture. Below the picture there is a huge red stain that seems to be spilt blood. Alongside it is a stained palette knife and a wooden palette with some dry colors on it. What do you do?
You said there were like marble statues.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to walk over to one. And are they finished or are they also in process?
You can tell it has a drape over most of the top half. You can see the base is legs and feet standing on a base. So you can tell that it's a statue of a person, but it's hard to tell what it looks like or what appears or how finished it is under the blanket.
Okay. I'm going to investigate this.
Okay.
I think I want to pull the sheet off of it.
Deal. So as you pull the sheet off of it, you see it's very much a frame of a woman. Mm-hmm. She is naked. She is very thin, even thinner than you. You can see whoever carved this took time to chisel out the silhouette of her ribs even. She looks very skinny. Her arms are basically cut off at the mid-arm, as some statues are. And she has these very hollow eyes staring down. This statue towers over you.
Okay.
As you look at this statue, however, though... Oh, sorry, you have questions now.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask what memories does this item hold?
Deal. So as you're looking at it, you see inscribed into the base, you see a name. The name is Lisa. And as you sort of look at this item, you can tell that this statue is very sad. Her skin clings to her frame very tightly. She doesn't have an ounce of fat on her body, and in some ways, she is very beautiful, but in other ways, this statue is very haunted.
Yeah, and why did Bluebeard keep this item?
Okay. As you are staring at it, thinking on it, you notice, as you circle around the back, you notice that there's cracks running down. It looks as though someone had been working on it and grew quite impatient, hasty even, on finishing it. The back has clumps missing. And you hear a soft woman's voice call out, "She's gorgeous, isn't she?"
And I turn towards the voice.
There's kind of shadows in the room, and you see a woman stand up from a chair, and she has in one hand a chisel and in the other hand a small hammer. She goes, "I was working on it for some time, but something like that is quite difficult to finish."
Does this woman look like, does the face look familiar?
This woman is Lisa. You can see
the
face.
Can.
Yeah. But her frame is bigger than the statue. She is still a beautiful woman in all regards, but what she's crafting is not who she is. I could make you one if you wanted.
You would carve a statue of me?
Yes, I would be very happy to. And she comes up and she looks at you and she goes, "Of course, we would have to make some changes."
What do you mean?
You're far too thick for his tastes. Perhaps the statue could be something that he could appreciate even more.
Mother, are we?
Not at all.
I've always felt beautiful.
No, this lady's insane.
She walks up to you and kind of rubs your shoulder and follows it down your back, down the back of your wedding dress. And she reaches over to the hole that was ripped in the fabric where the vine had come out, and she pinches a tiny bit of stomach. She goes, "You're the new bride, I take it?"
Yes, I'm the lady of the house.
I'm surprised you could fit into this dress at all.
Rude.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
So she twists her head and she goes, "Really? I don't suppose that you thoroughly enjoyed the banquet at your wedding, did you?"
I did.
Well, perhaps the master, his tastes have changed. Perhaps he prefers his women thicker.
Perhaps he prefers them with a brain.
Oh, I have a brain, dear.
Who are you, and why do you have the right to say this to me?
She gestures at the base of the statue and she says, "My name is Lisa. And you were asking me to sculpt you. I was merely just making observations of your body. Perhaps if you took your dress off, I could more accurately get a sentiment of your frame."
I don't think we should do that.
My frame is fine. He found me. He's seen me. He's touched me. He's held me. He didn't seem upset. I don't.
Oh, dear. Oh, I didn't mean to upset you. I was merely stating that we might have to get a bigger block of marble to carve your statue.
He wanted me. I didn't want him. He had to convince me to love him.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yet here you are. Irregardless of how you got here, you're still his. And he has certain appetites. I can see that you have certain appetites as well. Should I call the cook and have him bring you some food? You look famished.
Why are you here?
Because I sculpt and I paint. It is what I do.
Yeah, but if this is my house now, couldn't I make you leave? I don't want you here.
That is not for you to say, I'm afraid.
He kind of left me in charge, so
And yet I do not see
I
him
think it
anywhere.
is. Who has the keys right now?
That matters not.
I'd like to take stock and say what horror here is hidden from the bride.
Okay. You see that as you look at her, you see that her clothes fit fairly tightly, and her body is misshapen in places where it perhaps should not be. In her tight-fitting clothing, you can see that there are odd disparities in her stomach, in her thighs, in her triceps. It almost looks as though pieces have been cut from her, just out of sight under her clothing. And as she kind of explores your body with her hands, teasing you about your weight, you feel her dragging her chisel along your bare arm. She goes, "We could certainly take just a tiny bit off. I don't think anyone would notice." Don't you want to be skinny? Don't you want to be happy?
Pretty happy the way I am.
Oh dear, oh dear. Come, let's look in the mirror. And she gestures you over to this standing mirror with a gorgeous wooden frame standing on a marble base. And as you look in the mirror, you see yourself as fat.
I think
Tired.
I'm feeling very vulnerable. I think that this is getting to me a lot. I'm going to give up the ring to the mother because she seems to have this situation in control. And
Yeah.
for me, I just feel like I'm very I am fat.
Right.
I am.
So you're staring into this mirror that's clearly reflecting this woman who is unhealthy. She has your features, she has your soft smile, your deep, engaging brown eyes, your small but strong hands, right next to thick wrists, a neck that is almost unable to tell the difference where the neck and the chin and the shoulders stop. It's just a trunk, and you look at yourself and you are ashamed. What do you do? As she gestures to the mirror, she's looking at you and she's poking your stomach. And she giggles and she pinches your triceps and slaps your thigh. And you see all of these motions shudder as if jiggling or a water balloon rippling.
It's merely a funhouse mirror.
This is also like way back in the day. There's no such thing as funhouse mirrors.
I would like to give in a little bit, I guess. Yeah, do the caress a horror thing.
Okay. So, how are you caressing a horror?
I guess we could take a little bit. Like, kind of give in to what she wants, kind of thing.
Because you are staring at yourself. And
yeah.
In this mirror, you are gross and sick and unhealthy. Roll the dice.
If this turned out bad, everyone, I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna watch. Oh, plus a what, though?
Nothing. -1.
I think you're right.
Plus 1.
Yeah. No, it's a -1.
Oh no, you were so close.
Yeah.
So what's the final result?
We're at a 5.
Okay. So let's go over caressing a horror one more time.
When you caress a horror, roll plus blood. Mine's a -1. On a hit, the horror is swayed by your stroke. Direct what was intended for you to another victim in the house. On a 7 to 9, it shifts its attention, but only if you participate in some way.
Okay.
I got a 5.
So, as you're looking at her, as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, she goes, "Where do you want to be skinnier? We could take some off your stomach, your neck, your thighs. Where do you want to be sexy?"
I am not sure about that one.
Pick. Or perhaps I could pick for you.
I'm afraid of what you would pick for me.
And in your hesitation, she brings the chisel up to your leg and she starts hammering the chisel into your leg.
At what point does the ring pass?
When she takes trauma. I'm going to make you take 1 trauma. As the chisel digs deep into your leg, blood starts to run.
So,
the ring passes.
The ring passes, and the Animus is pretty pissed off. And so I'm going to dirty myself with violence.
Deal.
So I want to try to take the chisel from her and use it on her.
Okay, deal. Roll the dice. And also, let's read. Oh my goodness, 10 on the dice.
Plus
10
1.
on the dice. 11 total. That's a strong hit. Let's read Dirty Yourself with Violence.
When you dirty yourself with violence, roll plus carnality. On a hit, you inflict trauma as established and choose 1. Disable them, silence them, or mutilate them. And then I did that, so I don't need
Deal. So as you succeed, she's hammering into your leg, and her gaze is distracted. You, out of reaction, elbow her in the face, and she's dazed for a moment. You're able to grab the chisel and grab the hammer. What one of those options would you like to choose?
I think we should talk about this one.
Don't.
Because I'm into the mutilate one.
How does that help? She's already mutilated herself in her head. We just need her to stop hitting us.
Yeah, but when is she gonna leave? Is she just in this room forever now? Mocking us?
I mean, I kind of lean towards the mutilate them as well. So does silence them mean kill them?
It's up to you.
Oh, well.
What option do you pick?
I would rather her be dead than to be mutilated and still there. So I think I want to do silence them because she has been mocking us.
Okay. So you elbow her in the nose. She's dazed for a moment. You take the hammer and the chisel, and what do you do?
Go for the juggler.
Like, I think so. I think that's the way to do it. She mocked you?
Don't look.
She
It'll
mocked
be okay.
us?
Just turn
Yeah,
that
but-
part of your brain off for a second.
Chin.
Nope.
No.
It's
I'm gonna
it's
take
a funny
the
mirror.
chisel
It's
and
doing
I'm gonna-
something.
Her neck. Just drive it into her neck
Yeah.
and hammer. Okay. And so you just take it and you thrust it into her neck, and she starts choking. And she lunges for you, and she's grabbing at you, and blood is spilling forth onto your chest, down into your wedding dress. And she has this chisel stuck in her throat. She's just choking and gagging, and she's still coming after you.
Oh boy. Do I pass the ring at this point because I did that?
No?
No? Okay.
Well, we're still resolving this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you hammer the chisel?
Yes.
Okay. And as you hammer it, you see her neck kind of come off kilter, and you hear muscle and bone cracking and tendons ripping, and you see her head start to twist and twist more as blood starts pouring forth. And as she collapses to the ground, her head rolls a little bit, a soft thudding roll, and then you hear her giggle. She says, Bluebeard will love me so much more now that I'm lighter. Pass the ring.
Gross.
I think I'm gonna pass it to you.
Okay.
Because you are having. But, like, I know I don't have the ring, but, like, I think I've got the proposal of truth. So, like, if we want
Yeah.
to talk about that,
She just
Yeah.
she's been taken care of.
gurgling and choking.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing you hear. And you hear her still trying to talk. But blood is the
Yeah.
only sound that she makes.
Yeah, what's your proposal? Because I think we're probably on the same page.
Like, it's her, it's not him.
Yeah.
I think that she's just.
Ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't think that he ever did that because, it's not a thing.
Well, I mean, people can make other people feel that way, but
Right.
he's never made us feel that way.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
see why that would be a...
And I think, yeah, she's sick. And she has perpetuated that in her brain.
Yeah.
I feel wanted by Bluebeard.
Yes. I think we all do.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
So you're proposing a truth
yeah,
then?
we're proposing a truth.
Okay. And what is the truth of this room?
That she's an ill person who thought up this on her own, and it's not. So it's a token of faithfulness.
Deal.
Because
And what do you take from the room?
can I just take a tiny piece of marble? Because I don't want to take the bloody chisel.
Yes.
And those are the options.
You may take a piece of marble
Okay.
that had actually, it's a piece of marble at the base of the Lisa statue that had been cut
Yeah.
out of the back in haste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more okay with that than
Then the bloody
the
chisel.
bloody
Yeah, that
chisel
seems
for a
right.
hammer.
Deal.
And then in a token of faithfulness, heal one trauma. That's
Yep.
for all
So
of us,
every
right?
single person heals a trauma.
Next time, don't color your traumas in.
Yeah,
I was going to say, you can just like circle it, and then that way when you cross it back out, cross it out again. We're using
Right.
pens, so,
Why are
you
we
know.
using very... Here, I'm just gonna do this.
Thanks
How
for
are
taking
you
care of
feeling,
that lady.
Virgin?
Deal. So as you're stepping out of the room of the artist studio, you hear this gurgling, choking blood. But it's happy. It's satisfied, satiated.
We have...
Good for her, I guess.
As the door shuts, you shudder, and you find yourself standing in the hallway. You have hot, wet blood running down the front of you, ruining your wedding dress.
It already had a vine come through it, I think it.
It's pretty bad shape. Your leg throbs with pain, where she had driven this chisel down into your leg, trying to take a piece of you. Virgin, you look down and you see your keys in hand. What do you do?
I see one that looks like it is the top of it is covered in fabric,
Okay.
like an exotic fabric, maybe made of silk. And the rest of the key is made of like almost a mirrored glass.
Deal. I have one idea. So the top part is a rich fabric, and it's very exotic, almost from a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's this mirroring as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You travel down a hallway, and you see an impossibly thin black door that has a huge curvy handle made of gold that reflects almost as though a mirror. You have a hard time finding the small, almost imperceptible keyhole. The room beckons. You enter, and the door closes behind you. You enter a sewing room lit with weird-shaped oil lamps, and the air is warm because of it. It smells of old fabrics and confinement, as well as a light scent of a sweet perfume, scents from a distant land. The light from the oil gives the place a sense of old, forgotten habits. The room is filled with thick rolls, roughly cut pieces, and half-stitched fragments of fabric. On the wall, scissors of all shapes and sizes draw your attention. In the corner of the room, there is a dark brown mannequin wearing a tight, dark brown corset. In the opposite corner, you see a treadle sewing machine with a piece of dark cloth stuck in its mechanism, its faded gilding catching the light.
Do you think it would be a good idea to try to cut some fabric for a makeshift bandage for our leg?
Probably.
Absolutely. So you are able to do that. You find a pair of scissors on the back wall. You cut some fabric from one of these dark cloths. You start to bind it to your leg. What do you do?
I'm going to check out the sewing machine.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
And you do the first question.
Oh, okay. I want to say whose item is this?
So I'll give a brief description. The black treadle sewing machine looks perfectly functional, well oiled, and ready to be used. There is a faint gilding on it in the shape of flowers, with the initials A.R.
Okay.
So the question, as you look around, you see next to the machine is a small note, and it's written in very swooping, curving, flowery letters, and it's a note to herself to pick up more fabrics of different sizes. And it's on a piece of paper that has a sort of faded, what is it, like pressed into the paper.
A watermark.
Yeah, a watermark. It looks like it was very much machine pressed, each page, and it says Adrian Rose.
Do you want to ask the next question?
To Adrian Rose. Okay. What about this item is odd or uncanny?
Okay. So as you're looking at it, it looks pristine. It looks well taken care of.
But the room feels abandoned.
The room definitely feels abandoned and kind of almost left in haste. and there's a piece of cloth stuck in it. And as you try to free the cloth, because you can see that something about it is interesting. It's got different stitchings. The fabric is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's almost like a leather or an animal's hide or something. And as you start to pull it free, the machine fires up, furiously sewing the rest of the cloth. And after that, it starts to pull your skin as the needle pulls through, sewing your hand to this fabric, this leather. As you start to rip your hand free, you rip the seams out of it and you begin bleeding. I'm going to make you take 1 trauma.
Is that all of us?
No, just the person who investigated. We'll have you pass the ring.
Here you go, Mother.
And as you're kind of looking at your finger, kind of rubbing the wound, you hear a soft giggle. A woman, a little bit older than you, steps forward. She's very gorgeous. She has a European look about her. Her skin is darker than yours, it's fairer. She's standing off in the distance, just kind of softly giggling at you, and she goes, "Oh, that damn machine. It does that so often." And as she steps forward, you see that her face has tiny stitchings in it, as though it was sewn. And then you realize that her skin isn't actually... It's sewn together from pieces of skin. And as she approaches you, she pulls that piece of fabric out that was stuck in the machine. And she looks down at her arm and kind of places it where there was red muscle and bone and sinew before. And she sets it down and she pulls out a little needle. And she begins sewing it to her arm. And watching... That's probably shiver with fear.
Ew.
Apparently I was not meant to have this for long.
Alright, you have been caught shivering with fear?
Can we talk about how giggly everyone in this goddamn house is? Everybody's giggling.
Ew.
Alright, so what happens when you shiver with fear?
Oh, you want me to read the thing again?
Yep.
When you shiver with fear, name the thing you are most afraid will happen. The groundskeeper will tell you how it's worse than you feared. Keep the ring and choose 2, or pass the ring and choose 1. Well, I'm gonna pass this to you. It's yours now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've always wanted the ring.
How is this worse than you fear?
Or what am I most afraid of?
What is the worst thing? What's the damn line?
Yeah, what are you afraid
What are you
of?
most afraid of?
What am I most afraid of? And then you will tell me how it's worse.
Deal.
But last time I did
Feed
this,
me.
I got us in trouble with some vines,
Yep.
so I don't really want to do this again.
Listen, the worst thing that's on the walls is scissors.
Oh yeah, that's...
Yeah,
Ooh,
no,
my
carry on.
ears have been soothed.
Carry on. What are you most afraid of?
She's gonna wear me like a skin puppet.
Okay.
You're right. You did it. That's it.
And so she comes up to you and she caresses your face gently and she goes, "You are so pretty. I'm jealous. But you know, in this day and age, there's no such thing as too pretty, is there? How would you like to feel even more beautiful? Oh, look at your dress. It's in such a poor condition. Would you like for me to make you something?"
I mean, you can fix the dress if you want, but I think I'm okay.
She looks down and she's in a very gorgeous red dress that's pieced together from fabrics all across the world. It's kind of haphazardly put together, but something about this outfit kind of works, and she does a quick spin. She goes, "Wouldn't you like to wear something like this instead of that That dress is in such poor shape.
I like that dress.
I was gonna say, how are we feeling about this, guys?
You like the red dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Is she gonna... I don't trust
Do you want me
anything
to show
from any
you
of
some
these.
things? Maybe something catches your eye.
Sure.
Okay. She goes over to a closet and opens, and it's hard to see. This light is very dimly lit, and you see some things hanging on hangers in this kind of armoire. And she pulls out the first outfit, and it's dark. It's black. It has some patches of different kind of shades of black. And she holds it up, kind of blocking so you can't see it. And then she turns and she goes, "How about this?" And you realize that she's not holding up a dress. She's holding up a skin suit.
Boy, oh no.
This would look so good on you.
Ew.
With your frame, this would fit so beautifully.
Where did you get this?
Ew.
I made this. I didn't know who I would make it for until I met you, though. And she holds up, and you feel skin press against yours. And you can tell that the skin used to make this was from at least 3 or 4 different people from the shades.
Have you made things for the master of the house?
Oh no, he does not prefer my style. I am thoroughly always trying to look as good as possible. You're the new bride, are you not?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Don't you want to look beautiful for him? Don't you want to step outside of your comfort zone?
But not outside of my skin.
Like, I do want to look beautiful.
Then
But-
try, at least try it on.
Ooh.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I don't think I want to try on the skin dress.
She starts to undo a thread in the back, opening the skin, revealing essentially like a bodysuit or wetsuit of skin tied with like twine in the back.
I think I don't want that dress.
Oh, let me fetch you another then.
No, I think I
Would you prefer something more oriental?
No, thank you. I think I like the dress I'm in.
You know, when he returns home, that's in no state to be. Your dress is a mess.
We can ask a servant later to help us find our bags and change before he comes home.
He wasn't expecting to find me in my wedding dress.
But surely, don't you want to be as beautiful as possible for your new husband?
Yeah, he said that the closet was filled. We were just looking for a room. And so we'll just go find our bedroom and the closet and we'll just get a different dress, but thank you.
You don't like my dress?
I think they're beautiful.
She reaches down and pulls out scissors. You don't want to be beautiful like me?
You're very beautiful.
She reaches up and starts cutting pieces.
Can we
of
go?
her
Can we go?
cheekbone.
Can we go?
Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? Can I just...
And she reaches up and pulls back and reveals the fleshy, muscular bone of her cheek.
Should I just escape
Let's go.
without the truth?
I just want to go.
Okay.
I don't have a truth.
I don't either.
She's
Let's
a
go.
serial killer, and it's not his fault because she's batshit crazy. Also, do I need to take a trauma from the Shiver with Fear because I never did that?
No,
Okay, cool.
I don't
Just
think so.
wanted
That's
to
not part
double
of the.
check.
That's not part
No.
of the thing, is it?
No, I think we're just gonna try to run.
Yep, that we are. We're
Is this
all
just too much
in
for you
agreement.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Just disgusting.
Deal. Right. So I think we're escaping without proposing in truth.
Yeah, would you like me to read that section?
Yeah, this is the first time we've done it. So yeah.
Yep. When you attempt to escape without proposing a truth, the groundskeeper will offer you a hard bargain or ugly choice. If you pay the price, you escape.
Okay. So basically, I need to give you an impossible choice to decide, for you guys to decide if you even leave the room, right?
Yeah, I don't think we know enough to
Yeah, we
propose
don't.
the truth.
Okay.
Unless that's one of the options. Like, you either do this or I'll tell you everything that happened in this room because.
Right. So she's holding scissors at you threateningly, and she says, I have never been more offended in my entire life. You won't even try on a dress before you tell me that you hate it. I have so many that you could try. Places from all over the world. Surely you could find something that fits you right.
Can I ask where she gets her fabric from?
You ask that?
Yeah.
The camera doesn't see can I ask stuff.
I'm gonna ask where she gets her. Where do you get your fabric from?
He travels all over the world, you know. He brings me back such exotic things.
Like what?
One moment. She goes back to the closet. She's shifting
Gross skin
body
suits. Yeah.
after body.
Can we close her in the closet and run?
And then she comes back with another outfit. And you can tell that the skin is so soft. She says, this is probably my favorite outfit.
Just put it on.
No!
Are you telling me that my husband travels and brings you back this kind of fabric?
Yes, of course. Isn't it lovely? She holds it up to you. And this skinless, soft, smooth... Sorry, hairless, not skinless.
The skin
Soft,
skin.
smooth. You shudder to know that it's made from child.
Ew, we can't try it on.
Should I propose the truth to try to get out?
Don't you want to wear this?
We can't put it on because we have to take our
the
skin off to
we
put
could
it on.
go to the ballroom and dance.
Like, she's not like an old bride, is she? She's just a creepy servant. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you... Okay.
I guess. What are we just gonna propose that
He brings back
she's
skin
a serial
for her.
killer? Or he brings back skin or he brings back people and she kills them.
Kids
Either way.
and slaves and people.
Yeah, either
Either
way, I don't
way.
care if he brings back bodiless skin or skin on body. Either way, he's bringing back people.
Okay, propose it.
I would like to propose a truth to get the hell out of this room.
What is the truth of this room?
A disloyalty one.
He, when Bluebeard travels, he brings back either people or skins of people. I'm leaning more towards just people. And she takes them and she makes horrible skin dresses out of them.
Is that a token of loyalty or disloyalty?
Yeah, really loyal. I'm like, yeah, I'm into that.
Oh, Bluebeard.
I love fashion.
Ew.
No, that's definitely disloyalty.
What are you taking with you?
A pair of scissors.
Okay.
Not
I was
any
gonna
skin.
say she does have the cheekbone.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah, she does. But I
Yeah.
think I'm more chill with just a pair of
Okay.
like stainless steel scissors.
Deal. All right, so you take. So when she offers it to you, let's kind of
Yeah, resolve
finish out.
this,
Yeah, the thing. The thing. She's holding up this, for lack of better terms, child suit up to you. Yeah. And she goes, oh, it would look so lovely on you. We could go to the ballroom and dance. And see how easily it flows, how spirited it moves.
I'm gonna like lightly like push her, be like, oh no, I can come back later. Like, can I go clean myself up first?
Of course, we wouldn't want to ruin the
Right.
outfit.
Right. Like I'm gross and I haven't had a chance to clean up. So if you stay here, I'll go wash up and I'll come back and
I'll be waiting for you.
Okay. And then I kindly leave forever. Don't tell that woman.
I will never be back.
And
I'm not coming back.
we just go out the front door and set the whole house on fire.
Okay. With you leaving out of the room, you hear her return. You hear her return to cutting pieces of fabric.
Oh no.
And you hear the machine fire up again. And
Gross.
and as you step out of the room, you shudder. The door shuts behind you. And with that, we will call this an episode of Bluebeard's Bride.
We all take trauma.
Yep, you will all take one trauma, and
You
the
tell
ring
about the bride.
and the ring will pass.
Do you want to do that in the next
Yep,
episode?
we'll do that right
Okay.
now, and then we'll start up with the next one. So who do you pass the ring to?
Either of you feeling really
I'm not picking another ring.
okay.
She did the last two.
It's true.
Alright. We will be back next week with probably the conclusion, because there's only one room. There's only one more token left of On the Track, so we will be back with the finale of Bluebeard's Bride next time.
Ew.
Whoa!
Spirited?
Oh no! The second I said it, I was like, oh
Gross.
man, that's so layered. Like
That kid was carefree.
he just skipped everywhere.
He skipped.
And now.
Oh, we all know that took more than one child.
Yep.
Oh boy. It was a herd of them just skipping everywhere. How are you doing, Martin?
Yeah, this is exhausting. I have to constantly be terrifying, but not creepy or like super gross.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, here we go.
Great job.
Great job, guys.
Great job.
Great
gross
job.
guy.
I lost my virginity to the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Just cross out.
Oh no.